Bro, let's go straight into it, bro. From last night, you're talking about cancel culture.
Oh, okay, yeah. We won't we won't like bash anyone that we were, or not bash anyone, but bring anyone up that we were talking about. But yeah, you're basically our conversation on cancel culture. We had another friend saying that it's like this big issue, and you have I mean, I wouldn't say it's a unique opinion. I'd say a lot of other people would agree with you, but you say that it's not something that we should like be concerned
It's
about.
literally a non-issue, bro. Like people bring it up like it's fucking.
Yeah, but why? Yeah, why do you think
Like,
that? Why do you feel that way?
well, okay, so what was the original point? Like, so yeah, the friend was saying some shit like, oh, like when they become famous, they don't want shit to come out just in case, like people. But it's like, dude, like no one. First off, like no one gets canceled like that. It's like this is like one of my two biggest gripes with Joe Rogan. You know, like Joe Rogan. It's like I've been watching for a long time, and you know, I kind of respect like how he has like people of different like kind of ideologies, all this shit, and it like really kind of opened my eyes to different like ways of thinking and like different people's opinions. But like the two things that he just goes full on like ape mode on is COVID and this cancel culture shit. He literally thinks cancel culture is like the worst thing of all time. One, it's like so boring to talk about because it only affects like people like him, like people actually in the limelight. And two, like most people, like cancel culture in my opinion is actually like good. Like most people that get canceled probably deserve it. And even if they do get fucking quote unquote canceled, it's like it's really not even that big of a deal. And cancel culture gets conflated with like so many things. It's like we're talking about last night with one of our friends, and he was like, "Yeah, bro, what about fucking I don't know, Shane Dawson or some shit? How he got canceled?" It's like, bro, when someone does shit that's actually illegal, like that's not canceling. like he conflates it, or when someone just talks shit on Twitter. It's like, no, they're trying to cancel him, bro. It's like they're just fucking haters. Like, what does that even mean?
No, yeah, there will always be people ripping on like any person in the limelight. I think the idea of canceling, or at least the definition that we were trying to like figure out, is like once you lose your platform, and like once you lose that ability to work in your field or like work in your same sector that you were working in before. But like, and bro, I brought this up last night. Like with the internet, you literally, as long as you have fans that are like diehard for you, and like, I think the example is David Dobrik, where like no matter how much fucked up shit someone does, obviously there's probably an extent for every single individual that's watching him, but like, you can do something fucked up, and as long as the internet still exists and you're not banned from the internet, which you can never be unless there's some like crazy fucking law that bans people from the internet, which would never well, I don't want to say never, but yeah, like unless that ever happens, you can literally like look at Alex Jones, bro. This guy got pulled off of literally everything for all the Sandy Hook shit and all the conspiracy stuff. He just makes his own website and like he can just go on forever and people will still watch him.
I think the only like interesting thing about like this debate, it's like people saying, oh, they make the argue that like YouTube, Twitter, like all these big social media platforms are like the new like town square, and you don't want to ban people from like the town square because they'll have no like way to like actually like express their ideas and actually get people to listen, which is like at the end of the day, YouTube, all of them, they're private corporations. Like, do you want a private corporation to be able to have like a TOS, a terms of service?
Yeah,
like, dude, it's like McDonald's, no shirt, no shoes, no service, shit like that. It's like, what do you want? Like, there's like people on the left that think like, oh, maybe it should be like a public utility because like, dude, the day YouTube becomes a public utility, that's the day I'm stop fucking using YouTube. It'll be so cancerous, bro. There'll be all kinds of fucking like bigoted shit. It'd be like YouTube back in the day, back in like 2010s, in that era when people said just whatever the fuck they want, post whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, no, I think the idea is nice. It's like, oh yeah, this place where everyone can have their own opinion and you can post whatever you want, no matter what. No limitations. But then it's like, well, there's websites that have like beheadings and shit, and like like Nazi fucking group websites that are just like talking about skinhead shit. Like that would all come on the same shit. Like it would all be on this one spot. Obviously, it could be curated with like the algorithms and stuff, but it would still the algorithm isn't always as good as we want it to be. Like you can watch a fucking Ben Shapiro video and then like 20 minutes later you'll get a recommendation
like a rabbit hole.
you'll go down the rabbit hole and you'll end up on like QAnon shit because like the
And,
algorithm thinks that everything's associated like that.
and have you ever seen like Joe? You ever go on like those websites where it's like YouTube alternatives, like BitChute and shit, where it's like kind of like more Wild West type?
Yeah.
If you go on those websites, dude, I don't want to fucking go on that shit. Like, it's not family friendly at all.
Yeah.
Like, even though I don't really care about that, but I'm just seeing like the most bigoted shit of all time.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to watch some fucking
Yeah, it's
vids,
not
man.
clean. It's like I'm trying to go to Disneyland, not like Burning Man. You know what I mean? Like there's like a certain feeling and like welcomeness to YouTube where, oh look, Mr. Beast spent 50 years or 50 days in prison or something. Like I'll watch that, and then I don't want to see fucking ISIS beheadings and shit. Like
Yeah.
no, I totally agree. I totally agree with you.
The only people that complain about getting banned off of like YouTube and shit are they're like just bigoted people, yo. Like you're just breaking their terms of service. It's like, oh, they're not trying to cancel you. They're not trying to.
That's fair.
Take away your free speech. Wait, hold up.
Yeah.
Because it comes from like the idea, like, all right, like you want to be like kind of like all like well, what's the word? Like kind of tolerant to all ideas, right? But I'm in the belief that like you should be tolerant to all ideas except intolerant ideas, because those ideas are literally cancerous and they'll just ruin the platform. And they've done that before. They doing it to like other websites too. Why would YouTube want to do that shit?
Yeah.
And why would I want to watch that? It's like PlayStation. Like, yeah, I'm all for free speech and shit, but if I'm like on PlayStation, I don't want to. I like the report button. I don't want to hear all this shit just to like ruin my time, like all this stuff. Like, I just want it to be like a nice fucking chill area.
Well,
and it's not taking away your free speech, bro. Just don't break the terms of service. Don't say racist shit. It's simple.
That's fair. But I think the YouTube issue, like I see what you're saying with the people that are getting banned, but the other issue is like the demonetization and the flagging and certain things like that are like unfair, and the terms of service gets like stretched in certain directions to make things go under it so that they can take shit down. And obviously they can't go through everything and their algorithm picks shit up. But like Brett Weinstein and there was these two COVID scientists were on Joe Rogan recently where they were talking about how their videos were getting like flagged and shit for like talking about
him.
And that's where it gets problematic, where certain ideologies and certain beliefs on specific subjects become like dogmatic or become like they're partisan. So if one side's saying one thing, then it will be like, oh well, here's the YouTube terms of service in this specific line where this count or no scam, no whatever, no false information, whatever. They can spin that and be like, oh well, I don't agree or I don't like how they're talking about COVID and these alternative methods of curing and like treating COVID. So we're gonna flag this as lies or scam or whatever the words they were using. That's where it becomes problematic. I get where people like fucking Crowder and shit like are getting banned because of the fucked up shit they're doing.
Yeah, mock George Floyd.
Yeah,
killing.
like shit like that. It's like, okay, like obviously they're gonna fucking ban you, but like, and like Sandy Hook shit with like Alex Jones and shit like that. But bro, they're slowly like, Alex Jones was on Andrew Schultz's podcast, and they didn't let it up. They didn't let them upload it, and like last week it's up now. So they must have worked something out. And like even then, like Joe Rogan is still on Alex Jones. In the past episodes, they didn't take those down. So like there's certain things that like are wishy-washy where people want it to be more concrete. But it's so hard,
the only
man.
thing, they just need to work on the consistency. So just like have like a TOS and just try to apply like across the board. Whether the demonetization part, that like there's Patreon, there's like other avenues people could go through to get paid for the creator, because it's not only like if we're just talking about like the politics side, like obviously like there's left-wing and right-wing creators that don't get monetized, right? And if we're out of the politics realm and talking about just like I don't know, just if you have a YouTube channel like just not safe for work content, that shit gets demonetized too. There's sponsorship, there's Patreon. That it's like what can you do? If the sponsors don't want to sponsor you, like that's just how it is. That's how it goes. So I can't really say much to that.
For sure. And that like that's a separate portion of like the issue where obviously like the sponsors and shit, they have their own decisions to make, but it's more of like the actual deplatforming off of YouTube that these guys are concerned about. Because like obviously you're gonna like PewDiePie and shit, and like Logan Paul losing all their sponsors. Like I mean, it only makes sense. Like if you're a company, you don't want to be associated with so and so because of what they did, and it's because it looks bad, and obviously it goes down the chain. It's bad for business and it's bad for the shareholders, and that's like their end goal, right? To like please the shareholders. So I get that. But yeah, I don't know,
But
man.
yeah, it's just whatever. Like honestly, it's literally a non-issue. It's like you really gonna spend your time complaining about like censorship and like Me Too. Like, okay, I'm not gonna say complain about censorship because obviously like that's like an actual like that could be bad. That
Yeah,
could go
you
bad
don't
way.
want to
Like
go
talk.
Orwellian
You're
shit.
talking about a bunch of individual people online being like, "Yo, I don't fucks with this guy, so I'm just not gonna follow him no more."
Yeah.
And then that's just it. Like yeah, it gets to a like a place where it's like if you're sending death threats and shit, it's kind of fucked up. I mean, yeah, even like with the people who complain about Me Too has gone too far. It's like, bro, like first off, all these people that come out, like there's always gonna be dick riders. They'll dick ride you no matter what. Like even if all like 20 girls come out, you'll still have fans.
Yeah.
All right. Like I think I saw somewhere it's like it's very rare that someone will come out like lying about like being sexually assaulted, all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but that's just some shit I heard. So I'm not 100% sure on that.